The ultimate shortcut: 10 countries offering Americans residency with no visa in 2025. Imagine arriving in a country where you don't have to fill out stacks of paperwork, wait months for visa approvals, or endure stressful embassy interviews. Instead, you get a simple stamp on your passport, and before you know it, a legal residency card arrives at your door. No complicated hoops, no hefty fees, just a fast, easy path to living abroad. This might sound like a fantasy, but in 2025, it's becoming a reality for many Americans. Across the globe, certain countries are quietly changing their rules, making it easier than ever for US citizens to gain residency without the usual visa hassle. While flashy golden visa programs and costly property investments grab headlines, an understated wave is building beneath the surface. Laws are shifting, procedures are simplifying, paperwork is shrinking. Suddenly, Americans can find themselves living legally in foreign countries with very little red tape, often without even needing to buy property or show massive income. Is this just a clever loophole, a sign of changing global priorities, or the start of something far bigger? Stay with me because today, I'm revealing the top 10 countries where Americans can get residency quickly and easily in 2025, with no visa headaches. Number 10, Paraguay, the quiet door to residency. Paraguay doesn't often make international headlines. The country has had its share of troubles, political scandals, slow government systems, and an overstretched healthcare network. But for Americans seeking a fast, affordable way to live abroad, Paraguay is quietly becoming a favorite secret. Here's why. In 2022, Paraguay quietly scrapped its old rule requiring foreigners to deposit $5,000 in a local bank to qualify for residency. Now, an American can fly in without needing a visa, submit simple documents like a clean FBI background check and a birth certificate, and get a temporary residency permit valid for 2 years. No interviews, no property purchases, no need to prove huge income. The process that used to drag on for months is now taking just weeks. Even better, after living there for just under 2 years, you can apply for permanent residency. And Paraguay is flexible. Residents don't need to live there full-time to keep their status. For smart Americans who want a legal, low-cost way to start a new life overseas, Paraguay isn't immigration, it's a loophole to be embraced. Panama often gets attention for its famous canal-dollarized economy and once secretive banks. However, in 2025, Panama is facing economic challenges. Empty office buildings, corruption investigations, and a shrinking middle class. Still, thousands of Americans move there quietly each year. Why? Because Panama offers one of the easiest residency programs, the Friendly Nations Visa. American citizens enter Panama visa-free. Then, to qualify for permanent residency, they can simply open a local bank account, buy property valued over $200,000, or get a job with a Panamanian company. No need for huge deposits or confusing paperwork. Once residency is granted, you can leave Panama for months or even years and still keep your status. Few countries allow this kind of freedom. For many Americans, Panama offers more than escape. It's a way to gain legal status while keeping options open worldwide. Georgia, nestled at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, is quickly rising in popularity. But 2025 also brings challenges. Rent prices in Tbilisi have jumped 40%, driven by short-term rentals to foreigners. Power outages disrupt rural areas. Inflation has climbed above 11%, but wages have not kept up. Despite this, thousands of Americans are moving to Georgia. What makes it so attractive? The answer is simple. U.S. passport holders can enter Georgia visa-free for a full year, 365 days, with no questions asked. Plus, the government's Remotely from Georgia program allows digital workers to apply for residency online. No embassy visits needed. If you earn around $2,000 a month from outside Georgia, you can qualify for a 1-year renewable residence permit. Georgia's economy depends heavily on foreigners who rent apartments, spend money, and bring skills. But locals are starting to feel the squeeze. Rents rise, neighborhoods change, and tension grows. Still, for Americans looking for legal, easy residency near Europe, Georgia is a top choice. Just be aware it's a place in flux. Mexico has long been a favorite destination for Americans, but 2025 brings new challenges. Crime rates are rising, grocery prices are up 32%, and rents in popular cities have surged 45%. Cartel violence is even returning to tourist zones. Yet despite these issues, many Americans continue moving there legally. How? U.S. citizens can enter Mexico visa-free for 180 days. More importantly, many apply for Mexico's temporary resident visa. The rules are surprisingly simple. Show monthly income of $3,300 or prove a bank balance of $55,000 over the past year. No interviews, no property purchase requirements, no language tests. You can apply from inside Mexico and get residency for 1 to 4 years, with options to renew or apply for permanent status later. Thousands of Americans use this route to escape high U.S. living costs and enjoy beautiful beaches, mountain towns, and colonial cities. But rising gentrification is pushing locals out, and Mexico may tighten residency rules soon. Costa Rica remains a popular choice, even as healthcare workers strike and rental prices double in some towns like Tamarindo. Infrastructure struggles cause blackouts, and locals are pushing back against the increasing foreign presence. Still, Costa Rica offers some of the simplest residency options in the Americas. No visa is needed to enter. If you get at least $1,000 per month in pension or Social Security, you qualify for pensionado residency. No age limits, no need to buy a home, and no heavy taxes on that income. Alternatively, the rentista visa requires proof of $2,500 monthly income or a refundable $60,000 deposit in a Costa Rican bank. The digital nomad visa, updated for 2025, requires $3,000 per month income and offers tax breaks, work flexibility, and easier healthcare enrollment. You don't have to live full-time to keep these visas. Permanent residency is possible after a few years and citizenship after 7. Costa Rica's economy depends on foreign residents, but the question remains, how long can this generosity last? Colombia has made great strides in recent years, but 2025 paints a tougher picture. Drug violence is increasing, inflation stubbornly high, and foreign investors are pulling back. Foreign direct investment fell 31.7% in 2024. The Colombian peso lost over 17% of its value in 18 months. Inflation exceeded 11%, hitting everyday living costs hard. Rent in Medellin rose 40% over 2 years. Organized crime has moved into previously safe neighborhoods. President Gustavo Petro's reforms have met strong opposition, causing protests, curfews, and business closures. Homicides in rural areas increased 18%. Expats in some towns are advised to relocate or leave. Despite past optimism, many see Colombia's expat dream slipping away. Uruguay has been called South America's stable gem, but warning signs are growing. Economic growth is flat, the population is aging rapidly. The economy relies heavily on a few exports, mainly beef, soybeans, and dairy. Climate change and shifting diets threaten these sectors. Youth unemployment stands at 20%, pushing many young Uruguayans to leave. Crime linked to drug trafficking rose 25% last year. Uruguay is too small to dominate global attention, but deeply connected to international markets. Is it quietly sliding towards slow decline? Ecuador faces blackouts, rising inflation, and more violent crime. In just the last year alone, over 430,000 people left the country. That's triple the number from just 2 years earlier. The 2023 assassination of a presidential candidate really shook the nation. Investors pulled out. Oil exports, which are Ecuador's main economic pillar, are suffering from sabotage and decaying infrastructure. Using the US dollar hasn't shielded Ecuador from crisis. Actually, the dollar is weakening. In Guayaquil, extortion cases have tripled. Gangs now control major ports. The IMF warns Ecuador's fiscal deficit will exceed 5% of GDP by the end of the year. Doctors and engineers are fleeing. One wrong move could push Ecuador into full collapse. Belize was once a peaceful refuge for retirees and remote workers. Now, prices are soaring, violence is rising, and healthcare is really struggling to keep up. The cost of living has risen over 15% in just 2 years. Groceries have nearly doubled in some areas. Wages, though, remain stagnant. Violent crime has jumped 30% since 2022. Rural police are understaffed and emergency responses are delayed. Healthcare waits can stretch for weeks or even months. Locals face real hardships. Tourism is still weak, even though luxury resorts keep growing. Property prices continue climbing. The gap between the image and reality just keeps widening, and collapse feels closer. As US rents climb and work stress hits new highs, a lot of Americans are quietly choosing Thailand. Why? Well, because you can live comfortably on $900 to $1,500 a month while earning US dollars remotely. In Chiang Mai, $900 to $1,200 covers rent, food, healthcare, and utilities. In Bangkok, city life costs under $1,500 monthly. Compare that to 3,000 plus rents in Miami or San Francisco. Thailand's new 10-year long-term resident, or LTR, visa targets high-earning digital nomads, retirees, and professionals. You need to show $80,000 in annual income, or $40,000 if you hold a master's degree and work in with surgeries costing a fraction of US prices, often with better care. In 2024, long-stay Americans rose 32%. This is more than just a vacation trend, it's a whole new lifestyle. Thank you for being with us and watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell icon to get new